for your New York Knicks.
Here are the 5 for the Cavaliers. Garland and Mitchell, the lethal backcourt pair. The Twin Towers, Mobley and Allen, the combo inside. And it's Hunter in at the 3 spot. And for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. So New York will get their first possession. Brunson passes to Hart. Anunoby on the wing. Hunter covering. Here's Towns. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside.
On the wing, Mitchell sinks the tray.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Brunson. Impressive numbers he's putting up, averaging just over 28 points a game. Throws it up high, and it's Allen who slams it home.
Making full use of that reach. Allen able to pluck the ball out of the air for that easy lob.
About a minute into this first quarter. Bridges outside. Anunoby on the wing. And Shams with younger teams like OKC taking the reins. New stars for fans to get acquainted with. Any concern there for the league?
You know, BA, I think the parity in all these young up-and-coming players is good, and it would probably be more of a concern if these young teams weren't as formidable. But listen, stars like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, they've had their heyday. You want to see that next generation of players ready to carry the mantle, whether that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Cooper Flag, the list goes on.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Outside Mitchell. Cleveland working the ball around now. And here's Hunter for 3. Knocks down the long J.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Hart can't hit.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Drills it from deep.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Here's Bridges. After Cleveland's three-pointer on the other end. Fires from deep. Goes back up. Pass to Brunson. Inside. Here's Anunoby. Mobley grabs the board. Here's Cleveland. They're on an 11-2 run. Allen outside. And here's Garland. Let's go with a 3. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Brunson passes to Hart. And here's Anunoby. Hunter covering. Back to Hart. Bridges outside. Pulls up on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in the game. Garland for 3. And Anunoby pulls it down.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Sends it home from three-point land.
Yeah, a dead-eye shooter. Don't expect Brunson to miss many of those.
Cavaliers lead 13-7.
And the shot is good by Garland. Garland's got 5 points.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
And turn your attention courtside for your Knicks Breakers.
And some changes here for New York. Robinson, he's checked in for Anunoby. And Clarkson subbed in for Bridges. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Bryant, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Wade comes in for Mobley. Tyson, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Merrill in for Darius Garland. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. 8-point game. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
They hit a couple big shots, but overall, there was a lack of consistency. Just not their night at the offensive end.
And tonight, I expect them to play better offensively. Try to get some closer looks.
A minute 53 left in the first quarter here. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. The Cavaliers have twin towers with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Allen said when Evan was first drafted, there were a lot of questions on whether two big men could work together in the modern NBA. At this point, I think we've proved to everybody they're wrong. It's all working out, and every single year it gets better. Back to you.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at me.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
To the wing on the left. Towns passes to Brunson. There's 57 seconds left in the opening quarter. Connects from downtown.
Don't let Brunson get hot. I mean, he'll answer all game long.
Cavaliers lead 21-15.
Now here's Merrill. Defense is right there. Here's Wade. And Cleveland another three.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Towns, right side. Outside Brunson. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they faced the Knicks.
Last time, free throw shooting was their kryptonite. Just could not keep pace. You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Clarkson with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Just a big-time effort for Donovan Mitchell, providing a lot of energy for the Cavaliers. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And welcome back, one and all, for more NBA Christmas Day action. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Cleveland.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
Filling out the wings, Clarkson and Bridges. Then there's Miles McBride. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Diawara in at the 4. That's the group for New York starting the second.
And Bridges has a nice all-around game, including knowing when to involve his teammates.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. The Cavaliers lead by 7. And Mitchell puts up a deep 3. And the 3 off target.
In the first quarter, he was raining down 3. That's not the case here in the second.
Robinson, a screen on Mitchell. Here's Clarkson. Second chance effort. And a big finish by Robinson.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
So it's the Cavaliers now. The Knicks making their last shot. Nance with a screen on Clarkson. Again, the miss by Mitchell. Clarkson passes to McBride. Here's Diawara. It's Bridges on the wing. Still without a bucket.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Merrill passes to Mitchell. 3 ball! Donovan Mitchell!
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Coming onto the court.
Towns, he's checked in for New York. Anunoby comes in for Clarkson. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Tomlin's checked in for Nance. Strus comes in for Wade. Garland's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Merrill. Knicks trail by 8. It's Bridges on the wing. Back to McBride. Towns on a screen. For 3. And again, the Knicks missing. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've led by as many as 11. The 3 from Ball. Towns with a rebound.
He's got to be mad at himself. You won't get a better look than that.
Anunoby. McBride passes to Anunoby. Towns finds Bridges. Screen by Robinson. Shot clock at 6. And Bridges good for 3.
Bridges showing his versatility, running the pick and roll.
Cleveland leading by 5.
Cavaliers lead 29.
Here's Garland. There's Ball with a 3. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. McBride passes to Robinson. New York working the ball around now. Anunoby for 3. Tomlin pulls it in. The Cavs have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. The Cavaliers again cannot hit.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Oh my goodness! Throw it down!
Come on!
That is the kind of stuff you only see in video games. Come on, Nikhil.
And Cleveland has possession. 3-point lead. Here's Garland. And another miss by Cleveland.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
And he lobs it up. Anunoby passes to Towns. Oh, Towns disregarding the D.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And some changes here for New York. Shamet comes in for Robinson, and Brunson is subbed in for Bridges. And a new group getting ready for the Cavaliers. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Tomlin. Mobley comes in for Tyson. Hunter's checked in for Strus. And Mitchell subbed in for Ball. Here's Hunter. He had 10 points in the win against New Orleans. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Talk about a high percentage look. Allen right at the rim.
And New York has possession. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter.
Remaining in the first half, 2 minutes.
Here's Brunson outside. Yes, sir! Brunson for 3.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Outside Mitchell. The 3 ball. The rebound by Shamet.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to McBride. A minute 22 left to play in the second quarter.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
All right, Chums, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, B.A. Thank you.
And as always, Shams with some great stuff there. I'll tell you what, this guy knows all when it comes to the NBA.
No doubt, Shams is the guy when you're looking for the inside scoop. So well connected and respected around the league.
Mobley outside. Outside Hunter. Pass to Garland. And another miss by Cleveland.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
31.
35 seconds left in the first half. Brunson against Garland. Mobley outside. Pass to Hunter to halt the run. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Outside Brunson. The three is up. Cavaliers with the rebound. They're fresh off a win against the Pelicans.
And a quick look at the stats after that game. They were phenomenal from the charity stripe.
And that's not by accident. I like how they didn't settle. They were attacking, putting pressure on the D.
Well, these teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it.
The previous play is under review.
Got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So the replay was conclusive. Call overturned. Brad, that one's going to count.
And BA, you can argue against replay all you want, but at the end of the day, you want it to be a level playing field. You want the call to be correct.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. New York out in front. They lead by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Cavaliers, 34.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
I see some tough opponents. This is when you find out how much dog you've got in you.
Well, it should bring out the best in these guys. I expect them to rise to the challenge, Shaq, and take care of business. TCB.
And we return our attention to tonight's featured game as the Knicks had a closely contested first half.
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good portion comes from inside. They're going right at the defense.
I like the aggressiveness. Don't lose steam in the second half.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And Grant, when it comes to a franchise player, how much does it help to have a guy who unites the locker room?
Well, you know, B.A., when you think of guys like LeBron James or a Stephen Curry or Tim Duncan, it's not just about their play on the court, but the type of person you see in the locker room. That can rally a franchise.
On the court right now for Cleveland, it's Hunter and Mobley teaming up at forward. Garland and Mitchell, the lethal backcourt pair. And it's Allen in at the 5, down low.
And Towns can make this shot in his sleep. It's something the defense must guard closely.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Cavaliers want Evan Mobley to rip and run. Coach Kenny Atkinson said, with him pushing it in transition, he's just scratching the surface. You see him handle the ball sometimes, and you're like, man, this guy's a point guard. Back to you.
A tremendous skill level. Allie LaForce with the report. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Hunter. He has 6. Back to Garland. Over Brunson. Garland, no good.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
To the paint. Here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Yeah, going right for the iron. Towns muscling his way through.
And here are the Cavaliers now, trailing by 8. All right, Grant, can you talk about what Jalen Brunson has brought to the Knicks?
You know, B.A., he's made them relevant again. New York can be a demanding place to play with the expectations and the media. But he's taken the bull by the horns and had immediate success.
Just an ugly show for him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Outside Brunson, from outside the arc. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Your Knicks City Kings.
And over the last 10 games, here's a look at the teams that have been putting up the most points. 5th, Cleveland.
This team has been on an absolute tear offensively. It seems like they're able to find a shot every trip down.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Outside Garland. Mobley, a screen on Brunson. To the middle, to stop the run, and Mobley throws it down.
I love watching Garland because you can just watch his confidence grow, especially when he's out here running these pick and rolls.
Knicks leading by 9. Outside Hart, on the tape, and Hart throws it down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And it's Garland with the ball for Cleveland. From behind the arc, buries it from 3. Garland's got 8 points.
After sinking 1 triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Brunson passes to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. It's Hart on the wing. 4 on the clock. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Mitchell, the pass to Mobley. And the shot goes in. Mobley's got 4 points in the quarter.
Mobley is a gifted scorer down low.
Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Pass to Anunoby. Now here's Towns. Allen defending. Bridges outside. Now here's Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Garland for 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Now here's Towns. 12 points for him. Towns on a screen for 3. Bridges. And the Knicks, another 3.
They're picking his spots. Bridges does a great job of letting the game come to him.
And really, the heartbeat of this Knicks team is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, B.A., the lifeblood, both on the court and his willingness to take less on his contract, giving them the leeway to enhance their talent.
Now here's Hart. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. To the inside. Oh, the powerful slam by Towns.
And so nice to see Towns use his high basketball IQ to dominate in pick and rolls. It seems like he always makes the right read in that situation.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So for the Knicks, Robinson, he's checked in for Towns. Yabusele comes in for Hart, and Jordan Clarkson subbed in for Anunoby. And a new group getting ready for the Cavaliers. Wade, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Tyson comes in for Evan Mobley. Strus, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Merrill in for Garland.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Clarkson passes to Robinson. Clarkson against Mitchell. Robinson takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Robinson's gotten his second bucket.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Here's Tyson. Yet to see a basket. The 3 from Mitchell. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in the game. New York working the ball around now. Clarkson passes to Robinson. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Robinson's got 6 points.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Mitchell, plenty of space. And another miss by Cleveland.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far. And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Left side Strus to win the cold spell. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Strus has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Here's Brunson outside. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
And so it's the New York Knicks ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. Back after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. They've got Jordan Clarkson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Miles McBride, and it's Robinson in at the center position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of 3-pointers.
67-44.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Here's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And New York has possession. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Now here's McBride. Kicks it out Towns. Towns double team. Free throw line jumper, and it's New York scoring again.
And it's always great to see Towns in the zone, bringing a ton of energy to his offensive game.
47.
Here's Mitchell, and another basket for Cleveland.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Kicks it out to Clarkson. Outside Anunoby. Pass to McBride. Clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Wade.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
I love the throwback basketball. Work it down low and set up your teammate.
And here's McBride. Clarkson outside. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. And the shot goes down. Clarkson's got 5 points now this quarter.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
All right, fans, it's dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching.
For the Knicks, Josh Hart's checked in for Robinson, and it's Shamet in for McBride. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Garland's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Garland, the pass to Wade. Now Merrill. Back to Wade. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on OG Anunoby. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for New York.
Wow, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And I also have to praise them for their three-point shooting. They're showing a lot of confidence, letting them fly from deep.
And he knocks down the first one. And he can't hit the second.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Towns is screen on Strus. Stripped away. Merrill with it. And Clarkson picks him up defensively. Launches a three. Merrill, that's good. Merrill's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
If you're not right up there on him, oh, he's going to make you pay.
On the wing, Clarkson, guarded by Garland. Screen by Hart. Here's Shamet. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. And the Knicks lead by 19.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Shots good by Hart.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team.
All right, guys, give it up right now for the Knicks.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Allen, he's checked in for Wade. Evan Mobley comes in for Tyson. Hunter's checked in for Strus. And Donovan Mitchell is subbed in for Merrill. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Pass to Mobley. Outside Garland. Out to Mobley. Yes, and a nice assist from Garland. 8 points for Evan Mobley.
Getting better at recognizing when his teammates are open. Garland, great time right there.
And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle.
Who wants a t-shirt?
Bridges, he's checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for Shamet.
Jalen Brunson.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Garland against Brunson. That three's off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 19. Outside Garland. And he lobs it up to the rim. Hammers down the alley-oop.
Making it look so easy. The 6'11" Allen just hops up and finishes it perfectly.
Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Here's Anunoby. Now Bridges. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth. He's off from three. Cavaliers trail by 17. On the wing, Mitchell. He's guarded by Bridges. Garland. Ooh, the three doesn't go.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Knicks.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from three. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jalen Brunson.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Knicks lead by 19.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Now here's Mitchell. From deep, Mobley. Hart pulls it in. There's 38 seconds left in the final quarter. Towns finds Hart. Back to Towns. New York working the ball around now. And here's Brunson from the arc. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Mobley outside.
62.
Garland, the pass to Hunter. Lets a floater go. Garland with the bucket, getting it done inside.
Oh, he keeps that ball on a string, doesn't he? Darius Garland putting on a show.
Brunson looks it over. Fires for three. Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got two guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.